Yo, what's up, guys? It's Beastcoast. I'm Dragon here with HoneyBee and Biohazard, and we are going to be giving you guys our bottom 5 lists of the worst characters in Mortal Kombat 11. Shao Kahn.
All right, so who's joining? Yeah, who's joining Shao Kahn?
Yeah, okay. We can all agree that Shao Kahn's bottom 5.
Are we going to say why?
I guess we could.
Why is Shao Kahn bottom 5, Dragon?
His only mid has a flawless walk gap that you don't even have to up to. He has a 9-frame jab, and that's his fastest button.
How fast is his down one?
His down one is 8 frames, no?
Oh, okay, so 8 frames is his fastest button, which is a poke.
That is
sad. It's very sad. Yeah, I mean, he has good damage, but that's about it.
Yeah, I feel like he's kind of like this character that's kind of forced to take risks, you know, like with like swinging that hammer with like, was that his back 2 thing? That you get a full combo if it hits, but if it's blocked, you're dead. Same thing with like just committing to like his mid into the shoulder or some shit like that. A lot of times you're kind of forced, I feel, with the character to kind of take those risks a lot of the time because that's the only way you're gonna get hit sometimes. But yeah, I agree. He's not a good character. But he does have 1100 health now.
He does have 1100 health, but that's not
the rest with that big buff.
Yeah.
So stupid.
And yeah, I mean, he craps out damage, but so does a whole bunch of other characters that are way better than him. So what does that mean? At the end of the day, he needs help.
What does that mean?
So
let me bring up the character list here on my phone.
I think Robocop is bottom 5. Still.
I would agree.
You would agree?
Robocop.
I would agree.
Yeah. Characters. His buttons are pretty trash, man. Like
his down 4 is good.
It's okay. It's okay.
What?
It's okay.
His down 4 is really good.
It's okay.
I think like Robocop's bottom 5, but I think that's like one of the best buttons in the game.
Yeah, you think so?
Yeah.
Down 4?
Yeah, it goes super far. It goes further than like some of the longest reaching mids in the game.
Maybe I should use it more then.
Yeah.
I think Rambo is bottom 5.
Okay.
Yeah. I think Rambo's bottom 5 because, well, I mean, he's got his one thing that launches to get damage. The snare trap is not really that good of a launcher. It doesn't connect off of certain strings that he has for whatever reason, and I mean, the only thing that really works is like to hit confirm it. If you go into like back 1 overhead and stuff, I see people doing that a lot. It's just not real. And then other than that, if he doesn't have the snare trap and you're just running like his grappler build, it's just not the greatest. What should I say?
Sounds like you know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So that's 3 characters. I would also say that Scarlet is bottom 5.
Scarlet bottom 5.
I think
over Melina.
Oh yeah, Melina actually.
Yeah.
You know, I think Melina's probably bottom 5 actually. When you think about it, like this character, when she first came out, I thought she was good, but I was comparing a lot of stuff to Devora with like her quicker mids and stuff. But like when I played the character for a fair amount of time, and honestly, Melina, she could definitely use some love. I think like her mid has no range, even though she has a decently fast one. Her command grab doesn't tick off of anything except for down 1, and it's just pretty risky to use a lot of times.
She has some issues with her launcher where
she doesn't get actual damage. Like you gotta do something into ball roll and then your opponent breaks out, so you don't really get much guaranteed damage before like your opponent can just break away, and that definitely is an issue for her. And then on top of that, I feel like she's just not safe enough off of a lot of her stuff. Like you know, she has her back, was it 112 string or some shit that like is -6, but it's high at the end, so you can just duck and punish it. She has like her forward 4-3 string, which is like also full combo punishable, but unless you spend like the bar to like do a Psy and amp it or whatever. So like I just feel like she has to commit. Either has to commit to things she gets broken out of, so she doesn't get good damage, and then she has to spend bar to be safe in a lot of situations where most characters just wouldn't have to spend those type of resources. So I could definitely see right now, I could see Melina being bottom 5 potentially.
I could see that.
Yeah.
Is there anybody else that is?
Was that 4 or 3?
That was 4.
That was 4.
That was 4? Jesus.
Yeah.
Let's see. Is there anybody else that could be down there?
Between
like-
Frost or Scarlet?
Yeah, I was thinking that too. Potentially Frost, potentially Scarlet. There's a lot of Sonya players that have been saying that she's like
I don't think so.
bottom 5 and shit,
No,
but
I
I
think
personally don't think so. I think Sonya's kind of underrated as a character. I think she's like, I don't think she's like top tier, but I also don't think she's like trash. I think she's like solid
Yeah, I don't think she's bad.
type of mid. High
So
mid.
either Frost or Scarlet.
Yeah.
Who we deciding on, boys?
I want to say maybe Frost over Scarlet, just because like
I'd agree.
I mean, Scarlet is still like she's like solid. You have to put in more work. You have to play like really, really strong footsies and all that kind of stuff. Well, she's built for that, but I mean, when it comes to fighting other zoners, she does have some issues, right? She does lose to some zoning, I think, as well as the rush down characters, the pressure characters. When they get in her face, she doesn't have the best buttons to deal with them. She has a lot of gaps in her stuff, but at the same time, there's Frost, and what does she even get?
Well, she has some of the same issues with like gaps and stuff. Like her back 2-2 mid string having a flawless blockable gap really sucks for her. I feel like if they close that
everywhere,
if they close that gap, it would help her a lot.
Also, you can't combo into the Frost thing she does, like the ice freeze from back
burst.
Yeah, from back 2-2 from
max range and shit.
Not even max, like even more like
less than max range.
Yeah, it can be less than max range, so that kind of sucks. She has some problems there too. So
she kind of her projectile is just not good at all. Like it's so easy to flawless block it, so she's kind of fighting without a projectile sometimes, I feel.
She has a good down 3 though. One of the best anti-airs.
Yep.
Just putting that out there.
She's got a good down 3.
She has one of the best anti-airs. But yeah, I do think Frost is like probably on the weaker side. Also, I don't think she gets a whole lot of damage output either, like when she does get her hits.
Yeah, in general, her damage is rather low, and it also depends on like how you're gonna pick up the opponent. If you like do some kind of conversion, it's very hard for her to like actually get good damage, I feel.
Yeah, I could see that. I could see. So what we have here: Shao Kahn, Rambo, Melina, Robocop, and Frost.
And Frost.
Bottom 5.
Bottom 5, in my opinion. I just want to give a couple more points about Rambo because I didn't really talk about him, but he has tons of issues with his strings, lots of gaps, lots of negative frames that are really punishable on his launcher. I don't know why. I mean, you can throw on Leopard Crawl, but he doesn't really get much damage out of that. He gets a lot of little mix-ups, but in general, if the opponent knows how to deal with him, they can get around those mix-ups quite easily, and he doesn't have very good answers for anti-airs or anti-airing opponents either, besides like down 2, which doesn't work sometimes. I'm sure Dragon knows about anti-airing and trying to anti-air and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. And I mean, other than that, he's got an okay projectile. His whip trap is punishable by a couple characters. I don't know.
Wow.
Yeah, it's just okay.
Nice. Awesome.
I can buy that. Yeah. Like I would say,
or don't buy it because he sucks.
I would say out of the 5 characters that we listed, I would say Melina's probably the best though out of those 5. I think she's like, I would say she's better than Rambo. I would say she's better than like Frost and Shao Kahn.
She's also probably the least represented out of all of the bottom.
Yeah, but like that's the thing. Yeah, no one's really playing her anymore. Yeah, she's not that good. I still play her sometimes when I'm doing like viewer sets and stuff for fun. But yeah, I don't think she's not a character that I would see anyone like really investing the time into, and it's not really worth it at this point. But with a couple tweaks, honestly, they could make Melina like really good with a couple tweaks. And I'm sure they could probably do that for a lot of these characters, honestly. But for some reason, they're just not buffing them. But yeah, I think that's a pretty solid list. What do you think?
That's
guys?
a good list. I like it. Perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for watching the video. Remember to like, subscribe, and give us a follow. And hope you enjoyed this bottom 5 tier list. See you guys in the next video.